Hayes Extra.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show, getting ready for game 32 of the summer. Chatham back at home to take on the Falmouth Commodores, and it's time once again for the Manager's Show with the Chatham manager, Dennis Cook. I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, you fall last night 10-4 in Falmouth. What did you think about that game?
I didn't like it. I didn't think we played good defense at all. Left a lot of guys in scoring position again. Sounded like a broken record. Only pitched okay. So, not a good combination, not hitting with guys in scoring position, and we can't catch the ball.
I know early offense has not always been a problem, but some of the stretches in the middle of the game, fifth inning, sixth inning, the team batting average is under 180. What do you think is happening offensively in the middle of games?
They're not hitting. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. You can't take at bats off anytime. You gotta compete every at bat that you get a chance to have, and I don't think they're taking at bats off. I just, I can't explain it.
What did you see from Terry Hayes in his start? I know you said his first start, you didn't feel like he had all of his pitches working. Was it something similar last night?
Yeah, very similar. He just didn't have good stuff. Wasn't throwing enough strikes.
What can a pitcher do to kind of battle through when they don't have their best stuff?
Just keep attacking and try to figure it out and find it somewhere along in the game. But we got behind and we couldn't let him go in there and try to figure it out.
Do you manage the game differently? Should the team approach the game differently when you're ahead versus when you're behind?
Well, there are different strategies. Yeah, when you're behind, you usually don't steal bases because you don't want to give them outs. But we hadn't been ahead enough to where our strategy is going to change. We just going to try to score as many runs as we can in whatever the situation is. Right now it's been frustrating not only for me, but I'm sure for the kids too, to have all the opportunities we've had and not be able to get the guys in whenever they're we have ducks on the pond.
As you've prepared to face Falmouth again today for the second time in as many days, what's been on your mind since the game ended last night?
Well, I want to try to be more competitive. I don't know how many games we've lost. I don't even remember the last time we won, and that's not a good feeling to have. So, I want these guys to compete hard and see what happens. It's getting that time of year where you got guys that are a little bit sore and ready to go home. So, we just got to keep them focused and keep them competing and finish up strong.
How can you do that as a coaching staff to keep the team focused, to keep them wanting to compete at this point in the year?
Well, if we have to convince them to compete, they're not the right kids to be up here. And they ought to get their degree and then probably go get a job because this business is not for them. I don't think we have those kind of kids. They just need to be reminded sometimes that, to prepare a little bit better and to compete a little bit harder. But for the most part, they're going to do that on their own.
With Junior Milwaukee now out of the lineup, as we talked about yesterday, what's going through your head as you fill out the lineup card every day?
Well, we got a gigantic hole. I mean, Junior is a good hitter with some power, and he brought a lot to our lineup. He stretched it, and so somebody's got to step up. That's just the way it's got to be. We can't rely on Junior and Bino the whole time. We got to have guys step up and put some good quality at bats in. And they've been here long enough where it's time for them to step up. So I don't think anybody's satisfied hitting a $180.
I know early on in the season the bullpen was one of your concerns. What have you thought about it over the last couple of weeks?
I think we've done okay down there. I think the bullpen has done a pretty good job. Just a spot here and there where maybe we've got roughed up a little bit, but for the most part, I think they've done a good job.
And where's the roster at right now in terms of players in, players out? I know all the Cape League teams are kind of dealing with it, especially in these last couple of days of the regular season.
2 days ago, I would have said we're in fantastic shape, and every morning I wake up, it's evident we are not in great shape. So we're going to be trying to find a few more players and a few more pitchers and go from there.
What's that like as a manager?
It stinks. You don't want kids to leave. You don't want them to get hurt. You want them to stick around and finish the season, finish what they started because, and I don't think this about our kids, but just in general, once you quit the first time, quitting becomes easy after that. So, I want our kids to stick out and finish what they started and good, bad, or ugly, just finish it out, and you'll feel better about yourself if you do that.
with time so short here in the season and now kind of in the thick of the playoff race, where can you find new players at this point in time?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, it's really hard. We got, I call other leagues, but of course they don't finish till the 30th and the 31st. So, that's 2 days before our season ends. So at this point, if we can stay healthy, we might have an addition or two, but for the most part, we're going to play with what we got.
How does that make you feel playing with limited number of position players on the roster?
I'm okay with it. Just the guys got to be ready to play. They're up here to play, not sit on the bench. So now, they complain about playing time. Now they're about ready to get playing time. So we'll see how much they want to play.
Chatham against Falmouth tonight. There's Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thank you.